it's Christine with Moonshine Safari and
Anthony with Moonshine Safari.
Yep. We are doing episode 3 of Blood of My Blood. Just as a reminder, we have spoilers for the books and the shows, and it even goes into the Outlander books. Like, obviously there's no Blood of My Blood books at this point, so when I say there's spoilers, it's all across, because I'm not going to hold anything back at this point. I'm assuming if you're watching Blood of My Blood, you know the rest of the story on the shows.
If you don't get spoiled.
If you don't want to be spoiled, you shouldn't listen, but you do want to be spoiled, so you should listen. Get spoiled. So, episode 3 opens with Brian and Ellen bomb chicka-wowing right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
But,
you know where they get it.
But really? Are they really bomb chicka-wowing? Nah. Ellen's having a dream. Ellen's having a naughty dream, but she is having a dream.
But they're bomb chicka.
But they are bomb chicka-wowing. So she wakes up to Mrs. Fitz talking about who's going to be the Laird, and everyone knows that she has been promised to Malcolm Grant. So she confronts Colum, and she's angry. And she says that he goes back and forth actually between belittling her and then looking like he feels a little bit bad about it. Like, it's almost like maybe he feels a little bit bad, but he's still going to do it. He goes back and forth between valuing her contribution to the family and then at the same time treating her like she's just some stupid woman who doesn't know anything. So it's like you can't decide which line you're going to walk there, Colum. It's like, okay. You don't really see them in the books interact, so it's really hard to compare this to anything. We don't have anything at this point that's written about it. But it's interesting because, I mean, look at who Jamie was and look at who Brian Fraser was, and clearly she's probably a really headstrong person and also probably very smart. None of the MacKenzies are stupid. You might not always agree with their decisions, but they're not stupid. So she has it's very interesting personality.
She has a little bit of Claire vibes, which would make sense that, people
gravitate towards the same kind of people.
Yeah, of their parents, their mothers, the attributes and stuff like that. So it makes sense. But in the show, it seems like she's definitely got that feisty Claire vibe.
Well, and she's also a little bit like Colum, but she knows the time she's in, so she sort of tries to work some of it behind the scenes. So then Brian is back. So Brian is talking to Murtaugh, and Murtaugh's in a bad mood because he found out that Ellen is promised. And obviously, Brian can't be happy about that either. Now, Murtaugh doesn't even know that Ellen and Brian have met, so he just thinks he's the one that's interested in Ellen. He doesn't know anything about Brian at this. Now we go over to Julia and Davina Porter, the maid, and Davina knows that Julia is pregnant. She tries to get her to actually abort. She tries to get some of the herbs that are going to make her essentially abort the baby. So it's interesting because if you think about it, so Davina is Brian's mother. He knows that that's his mother, okay? But she's still a servant in the house, which is just weird. But Ellen also then goes back to Castle Leoch. Like the Blood of My Blood goes back and forth like very much. It's like a tennis match, okay? So now we go back to Castle Leoch, and Ellen is confronting Dougal and seems to be working both sides. Like I said, she knows because she is a woman. She can't really be out front and obvious about it, but she is kind of working both sides from behind the scenes. It's almost like there's a Scottish rap battle. It's kind of interesting. It's pretty funny, actually. She starts to hear some of the strange stirrings of the Jacobites. People are talking. They're talking about the Jacobites. They're talking about the English. That's the card that she plays when she's trying to get Dougal hyped up, because Dougal gets hyped up about the Jacobite, and that's really all he gets worked up about. Ellen is playing her brand of chess, essentially. They showed her playing chess before. She's playing chess with people at this point. She's trying to move them into place, and it's kind of interesting. So there's someone outside the clan that's also looking to be the Laird. She keeps telling both of them, look, if you're not careful, this guy's going to be the Laird, and we're going to be out. Like, the MacKenzies will be out. It'll be this guy's clan at this point. And also, at the same time, on the other side, for the Frasers, Brian is gathering information. Not Brian. At the same time, for the Frasers, Lord Lovett is gathering information. And because he doesn't like the MacKenzies, he's also hearing that Ellen is promised to Malcolm Grant, which doesn't make him happy, because the long and short of it is he feels like his alliance is with Malcolm Grant, so he's not happy about that either. And so he's trying to figure out how to get kind of in the middle of all this. And he doesn't like her. He's afraid he's going to lose his ally when she marries Malcolm Grant. So then Murtaugh thinks if they can mess up the marriage and the engagement, maybe he'd still have a shot with Ellen. And obviously, Brian's on board because he doesn't want Ellen to marry the guy either. Ellen actually starts meeting with Ned. And Ned is concerned because he feels like, he was really very loyal to Jacob MacKenzie, and now the clan's going to fall apart because of what's going on, and he can't do anything about it, and he can't figure out how to navigate it. And Ellen's the one that's kind of trying to give him some ideas on how to do that. So now we flash back to when Colum was first injured. He had gone out out on a raid, and he was supposed to be leading the raid as the oldest, and he came back injured. And Jacob was actually really cruel about it, like mean to him. He called him a cripple, he was pretty terrible. Like, maybe she got along with Jacob, but the boys, he was pretty mean to the boys. He got mad at Dougal also for challenging Colum during the raid. There's this whole thing. And Ellen even tells Colum at one point, you're here, you're even alive because of me, because I nursed you, I took care of you. And Colum says, you can tell, like I said, he feels a little bit bad about it, but not bad enough to change the route he's taking. Plus, he thinks that that's the only route that the MacKenzies can stay safe, so he feels like he's doing it for the sake of the clan. Again, Ellen is playing both sides against the middle. This is a little bit, okay, I'm not even going to say it's retconning, because the fact of the matter is, we don't know how this all went down. We know that Colum and Dougal essentially end up sharing the lairdship in a way. Colum is the laird, but Dougal is the war chief, which was not necessarily common for the clans at the time, but that Ned had actually told Claire at one point that he arranged this whole thing. Now, what the Blood of My Blood is doing is it's making it look like Ellen was kind of the brains behind it. She's going back and forth. She's explaining to each person why what they're doing is not going to work. And in the very end, when it comes down to the oath taking, there's a question on if anyone's going to follow Colum, if anyone's going to follow Dougal, and who this third guy is going to be. And in the end, they all end up getting in line, including the third guy, because he knows he lost, behind Colum because of that they're going to share it, and Ned's there to explain why it's legal and it's fine. So it's kind of interesting. Over on the Grant side, Archbug does not like Henry. Henry is Claire's father. It's kind of interesting. So reminder, Henry is Claire's father. Archbug does not like Henry. And Henry is just looking for Julia. That's all he really cares about, but he still has to hold up his business end with the Grants, or else, well, they'll kill him probably. I mean, they won't just fire him, they'll kill him.
Or sell him.
Or do something. Yeah, it's not going to be good. So he's trying to do the business for them, and at the same time look for Julia. They keep trying to get him in with a local ladies of the night, but he's really not interested. He's really just looking for Julia. And Arch doesn't like him, which, okay, Arch might have been mean in the books too, but he was not stupid either. So he doesn't like him, and he's, like I said, he's looking around. In the end, the episode, Julia, who feels between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the baby. She does not want to abort the baby. She wants this baby. This is Henry's baby. And Claire's sibling, wink, wink, plot point. Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen yet with this. Perhaps, right? Might have some kind of a tie to fate. We don't know. Anyway, she goes into Lord Lovett's chamber and makes herself available to Lord Lovett. Wow. But she's doing it, honestly, to save the child. So, to me, I get it. Stinks for her, but she does it to save the baby.
Right.
So.
Or Lord Lovett.
Lord Lovett.
Lord Lovett. Lord Lovett.
Lord Lovett.
Yeah, he would not have loved the child, and he would have had her get rid of it.
Or they might have just even beat her till she lost
right.
it. So it's clear what's going to happen. She is going to make him, the whole goal will be to make him think that this is his child, so he'll protect it, because obviously he...
So again, my recording cut off. Really, that was the end of the episode. Obviously, she is working to protect the child that she and Henry conceived together. So next time we will cover the next episode, Blood of My Blood 4, and we are also, as a reminder, working on chapter by chapter in the Outlander books, and so some of that will get referenced, but we'd love for you to check that out. Check out moonshinesafari.com for all of our past episodes and also some other fun stuff we have going on. Like, share, subscribe. I hate saying it, but I have to. And we really do appreciate any input you give on the channel. See you later. Moonshine Safari. Bye.